Hey guys, welcome back to another video of All Things Yanni. If you're a new time viewer, welcome to my channel, and if you're a returning subscriber, hi guys. I am so excited to share with you guys just all the things when it came down to preparing for postpartum. We had the baby and everything was great, everything was beautiful, and I'm so excited to just share with y'all how I was able to achieve my birth goals and how everything unfolded. I'm gonna do that in a separate video, so definitely be on the lookout for that. But today I wanna give you guys some postpartum tips that helped me prepare and set me up for success in my 4th trimester journey. We are 6 weeks out since we've had baby, and I'm just so excited that I'm able to share with you all the tips and things that I considered when I was still pregnant to prepare me for success in postpartum in the 4th trimester. I'm so grateful for how things have turned out so far, and I am so excited that I get to share this with you all, because when we are, in motherhood phases and when we're about to become a mom or having another child, we're always looking for community. And so I want to offer you that. I want to offer community. I want to offer something that you can consider while you are in transition or while you're in your postpartum phase, and just hope that you take something away from it. So let me know down in the comments below if this video helped you in one way or another, and let's dive right on it. One of the tips that I would recommend for postpartum is to practice positive affirmations. I know sometimes, we are hard on ourselves as women, we're hard on ourselves as individuals. It's really hard to speak positive things over yourself if you're in a tough space. I know the end of pregnancy is always the hardest. So you're feeling, you may be swollen, you may be a little bigger than you would like to be, and your body has just changed so much since the beginning of pregnancy that you're like, man, I'm just ready for this baby to be here. And I'm just here to remind y'all, be present where your feet are, and remember that everything is temporary. Everything is temporary, literally. And this phase that you're in is gonna come to end sooner than later. And so just hold space for that. Try to use this time, wisely. For me, in the 4th trimester, towards the end, I was making sure that I was spending as much time as I could with my daughter, because that would be the last time she would be the only one at home. And then making time for my husband and making sure that we were having quality time, because our family was going to be growing and the time spent was going to be divided differently. Self-care, so making sure that I went and got my pedicure, manicure, things like that done, things that I enjoy. I made sure I did the prenatal massage before baby's coming, so that I can feel good and so that my body feels less stress. So those are some things that I did that I found helpful. And in those times, I was also affirming myself, saying hey, this is temporary. Yanni, this is temporary, and everything's gonna come to an end sooner than later, and you'll be in a new chapter and a new phase in your life. It's gonna be a new season, and it's gonna be beautiful. And affirming myself that things were gonna be okay, and that this wasn't forever. No matter how bad I wanted to meet my baby, it was still gonna be temporary. I would also affirm myself so that I can envision myself giving birth. So I would say, I can do anything for 60 seconds. I am ready to use strength beyond my understanding. I am ready to surrender. God, I give it all to you. Things like that. So setting myself up with affirmations and making sure I was doing those things in the midst of my self-care has helped. And now that I'm in the 4th trimester, I'm able to see that actually did work. Doing those things at the time didn't feel useless, but I didn't reap the benefits of it until now that I am in the 4th trimester, and I'm able to look back wow, that season, it was hard. It's hard to be 9 months pregnant, almost 10 months pregnant, and it's just your body's exhausted. You're really, really excited to meet your baby and all the things, but I think sometimes we're in such a rush and we're so used to things being fast paced that we forget to just be and exist where we are. So I'm here to remind y'all again, just hold space for where you are. My baby. So set yourself up with some positive affirmations. you can definitely practice those daily, and those will definitely help you in one way or another. Also, reminding myself to cancel snapback society. I'm a new person. My body has changed. Like, I grew and birthed the baby twice, so I don't expect to have the same body style and body curves and all the things, and expect my body to even look the same a second time around. So extending myself that grace. And I'm not gonna lie, it's hard. I'm still trying to find my new style. I'm still trying to discover, what I like to wear now in this postpartum period, because my body has changed. So the jeans that I used to wear before, they fit me now, but they don't fit the same. So it's little things like that. Completely canceling out snapback society. Like, I don't even want to consider what like snapping back is, because there's nothing to snap back to. Like, I'm a new person, I'm a new mom. I'm born again. Like, there is no snapping back. Now, I'm not discouraging, and I'm not, trying to cancel out going back to feeling great. No, not at all. But your body will never be the same. Things will never be the same, and that's okay. So make sure you're giving yourself grace in that space, because it is hard. And I'm confident that just like I did in my last pregnancy and my last postpartum phase, I was able to find my new style and discovered, new ways to make myself feel great, and work out to get back to the body goals that I want. Like, at the end of the day, you can work towards those, but hold space for where you are in the moment, because I'm not who I was 10 months ago. One of the most important things that you want to do is make sure that you have something in mind to eat postpartum, throughout your postpartum journey, but also like right after birth. There's a labor soup recipe that I can post down below in the description box. And essentially, you want to have something that's enriching, something that's really good, maybe nothing too heavy, but like a good meal postpartum, and kind of thinking about those things so that you can prepare for that. I was fortunate enough to have my mom here present for the postpartum phase, and she was able to make the soup for me. So I didn't plan to prep that in advance, but my advice to you, depending on if you have someone that's going to be able to come in and help and step in, or not, you can prepare the soup in advance and freeze that, so that later on you can just warm it up and you don't have to worry about meals. You want to have something that's nutritious, something that's really good for you, and something that's just going to fuel your body versus, ordering takeout, for example. If you have to order takeout, then by all means you have to eat, girl. But trying to plan for those things in advance can be helpful. So meal prepping your labor soup will be really, really helpful. Another thing that I did was I made sure to prep things that I can freeze so that I can just throw it in the oven later on. And so my husband and I prepared a lasagna, and we were able to eat that and enjoy that as a family, and not having to worry about getting behind the kitchen and, making stuff, because you're busy. Like, it's a busy season in the fourth trimester, especially the first couple weeks. Like, it's a lot, and it's a lot of change, and it's a lot of movement and work that your body doesn't need to be doing. You should be recovering in the first at least 3 days. So moving on to that, like, at least resting, being on bed rest for at least 3 to 6 days is really, really important, because after birth, like, you may feel good, especially if you're like birthing out of the hospital and birthing at home or at a birth center. You feel good so soon that you forget to give your body time to heal properly. And that can lead to other things, like, so many other things, but you want to stay off of your feet. You want to just be on bed rest, essentially just be on bed rest. You only get up when you have to use the restroom, which that's what I did. I used that time to just rest. And I'm so thankful and grateful and grateful for my mom and my husband, because they were able to be here with me and assist with my toddler, my daughter, and our dog. So also having, thinking about those things in advance. So like making sure that you have somebody to walk your pets if you have any, someone who would feed them and give them some attention. That way they don't feel like what's going on, and they don't feel so secluded and isolated from you, because it is a time that, you know, you experience a lot of changes and every family looks different. So another thing I would suggest in the postpartum period would be to use the first towel or receiving blanket or something that you use to receive your baby. Use that blanket to give to your dog or to your cat or to whatever pets you have at home, to give them that introduction to the new baby in the home. So I did that with my daughter and our dog then, and then I did it with our baby and our dog. So he got the first blanket that we use to receive the baby, and all of that has like the baby's vernix, the baby's scent, the baby's, you know, saliva, all the things. So shoot, even the baby's blood, no, maybe not the baby's blood, but the blood that was in there with the baby, like with the placenta and all that stuff. But nonetheless, the dog can always, you know, smell that, and when they finally get to meet the baby, then they will already have been introduced and have a familiar scent of what's going on. One of the most helpful things that I've used in my postpartum period is the Eve Bloom Box. Eve is my doula. She has a Bloom Box which has, and it's like a recovery kit for moms who are in the postpartum period, usually for moms who've had vaginal births. But moms who've had like C-section and things like that can also use it. So the Bloom Boxes comes with pads and witch hazel and aloe vera and herbs. So the witch hazel and the aloe vera is used to make padsicles. So it's essentially pads that you freeze with those ingredients in there, and then you use them in the postpartum period on your vagina. So you use those to recover for, you know, soreness, if you've had like any tears or sutures. Thankfully, I didn't have to deal with those, but those are very, very relieving for those kinds of things. After vaginal birth, most moms experience a lot of soreness. I know I was really sore after birth, so I used those in the first 3 days, and they were like when I tell you it was so relieving to use those, I'm not even lying. Like, it feels so relieving. So those cold compresses were very, very helpful, and I would definitely consider those. Whether you get a Bloom Box or you just make your own at home, there's a lot of videos out there that you can utilize, but the padsicles were amazing. And the herbs that come in the box that she has or that she sells, I'll also link that down below. And I actually made a video previously on that, so go definitely check that out. I'll link that down below as well. The herbs, you can boil a pot of water and put the herbs in, let it sit for a little bit, and then use that water to put into your bathtub and then soak in that. It's so soothing, it's very healing for your perineum, and it's all natural, which is the key. So definitely check that out if you guys are interested and want to discover or just explore different ways to heal postpartum. It's also really good just for, you know, women health, vaginal health. So definitely check that out. Last but not least, I would definitely encourage natural lighting. If you want, you can like open up windows or, you know, open up the blinds or just look out the window, something that's just gonna invite the sun in, because that can be very refreshing for your mental health, for your overall just wellness. And if you can, even step outside. If you have a balcony, if you have a porch, or if you just want to step outside the front door and just breathe a different, you know, different air, that's very good. To me, nature is very, very healing. So I definitely took advantage of just sitting outside, having my morning coffee outside. And honestly, depending on the weather and the season, you can take your baby outside with you, because it helps introduce them to the sun. But also, it's really good for them to receive that natural vitamin D. If you can just, again, depending on the weather, but like it's hot in Texas right now, it's summer. I would take the baby outside with me and just be completely down to a diaper and expose the baby to the sun. And it's good natural vitamin D. It's good to prevent jaundice. It's good to it's just good, period, like good. And another tip with that is that with introducing baby to the sun so early on, it can prevent jaundice, but also it's really good to help heal their umbilical cord or their belly button for faster recovery. So definitely consider that. The sun is so healing. You will be surprised how good you feel by just stepping outside and just letting the sun hit your skin. I still do that to date. Like, I just go outside if I just need a fresh air, or if I'm having a hard day, I step outside and I feel better. So I encourage that, and ask for help when you need it. So there's always times that people will ask you like, oh, do you need anything? Or how are you guys doing? And that's definitely the time to like be honest and vocal about how you can receive help, or, what you need, or if you just need to take an uninterrupted shower, or if you need help with laundry, like be sure to vocalize those things. And if you have the means to do so, I would definitely recommend hiring a postpartum doula. Postpartum doula can help you with anything, anything from making meals to laundry to household things to helping entertain one of the other children that you have to care for, your newborn, like to walk the dog. Like, it could be literally anything. So use your resources, utilize those friends, utilize those family members that want to help, and be very specific as to how you want help. 9 times out of 10, you don't need help with the baby, but if you need help with the baby, then be vocal. Definitely check out Meal Train. It is a great resource to use for a plethora of reasons. I didn't use it for the reasons of my mom being here, my husband taking time off, so I didn't really feel like I needed it, even though now I feel like I could have used it. But essentially, people are able to set up meals to be dropped off at your home. I believe they can do like gift cards too, so definitely check that out and let me know if that was helpful. I hope I left you guys with something. I hope this was encouraging and helpful one way or another, and definitely subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because the next video we're going to be sharing is our birth story. So my husband and I did vlog part of the birth. We did have a photographer here, so she was able to capture some beautiful pictures. But we want to talk to you guys about our birth story, and we want to share that because it was just so beautiful, and your birth can be beautiful, and birth does not have to be traumatic. Birth does not have to be painful. I'm not giving no spoilers. Just go ahead and subscribe. Make sure you turn on your post notifications, and be sure to look out for the next video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.